family. So I know you guys, been seeing these RVA bike sheds popping up on Broad Street and across the city. So basically what this is a community bike sharing program. And I'm just gonna kinda, tie this in with Agenda 21, Agenda 21, the global plan, the depopulation, kinda limit all our freedom, limit our rights. So right here, they don't want people in cars, they want to move everybody to big cities. And then you can't even have your own bike. They don't want you to have your own bike. We can let's come to these big cities and we can share everything. We can share transportation. You don't need to have your own. So here, RVA bike share. You get for $3 you get 30 minutes, or you can get a monthly pass for $18. And if you look down here, of course they don't take cash. Only credit or debit. If you've been seeing recently the move away from cash, you see Cash App and stuff like that. Like a lot of places are trying to limit your use of cash because having cash is freedom. When you have your your debit, a credit card is easily tracked. You can the banks and stuff can control your finances more versus a person with cash. So like I said, we got these RVA bike sheds, what they bring into the city. They trying to move everybody into these big cities, and this to make it easier to control. If you have people out in rural areas, on their own land and stuff like that, it's harder to control. Versus you bring people into these big cities like New York and stuff like that, and you put them in these big condos, and they're paying $2,000-$3,000 for these little efficiency rooms. And the whole plan is that you get them in these little small ass rooms, and they're not gonna have kids, they're not gonna have children because the room's gonna be too small, and then we're gonna drain them financially, making them pay for transportation, pay $3 for 30 minutes on a bike. Getting them $2,000-$3,000 for a little apartment, and then they're probably not gonna have kids. It's gonna be so cramped. So this is the thing. We have to share everything. There's no one individuals. Individualism is kind of going out the window. And some people may be like, well, how is this limiting? You come on, brother, you good. Some people may, ask like, how is this limiting my freedom? Well, your ability to travel, sorry about that, pick it up. Your ability to travel across the country, that is freedom. That is freedom. And if someone can limit your ability to travel, they're limiting your freedom. You're not going to be able to move across the country whenever you want. You have to do it on someone else's time. And in the Constitution, you have a right to travel unmolested. And having to go put your card in, pay for a bike just to go somewhere, that's not being able to travel unmolested. So also, if you look down here on Broad Street, we got the new GRTC Pulse. GRTC Pulse system. Now, Richmond is not that big of a city. It's good money. And Richmond's not that big of a city. They're putting all this money into the new public transportation because they want to move people to public transportation. They want to get them out of their vehicles, their personal vehicles, and move them into public transportation. Remember, community sharing. Everything's going to be shared. We are all one community. There's no individualism no more. We all share the same thoughts, the same feelings. No one's allowed to be an individual. So that's the new movement. And the federal government, along with the state, is funding this. They're funding this across cities all across America. And this right here is funded by the United States Department for Transportation. So, this is just some of the stuff to look out for. Agenda 21, like I say, it all ties in with population control. Getting people in big cities, getting them out of the country, move them into the urban areas where they can put them in these big high-rise buildings and small apartments, so they can be controlled and kept in close, the eyes can be kept on them. So, you're going to start seeing stuff like this, bike lanes popping up. You're going to start seeing increase in spending on public transportation and stuff like that. That's all just to limit your rights and kind of keep you controlled. And now, they're not going to deliberately say they don't want you to drive, but they're going to do stuff like this to undermine, having your own vehicle. So, you got to be able to connect the dots. It's like, obviously people can't afford to have their own bicycles now. They don't want you to have your own bike. Is this really necessary? But it's just to undermine, hey, why buy a bike when I can go share a bike with someone else, So just take a look at that, Keep your eyes out. Agenda 21, start your philosophy, I'm out.